Is the era of easy high-skilled immigration to the United States officially over? In a tense showdown in New Delhi, Secretary of State Marco Rubio just delivered a massive wake-up call to one of America's most critical strategic allies. The message was clear: under Donald Trump, America First isn't just a campaign slogan, it is the law of the land. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow. Now, let's unpack what just went down in India, because the geopolitical stakes couldn't be higher. Secretary of State Marco Rubio found himself in the hot seat during a press conference in New Delhi. Indian officials and the local media were sounding the alarm over President Donald Trump's sweeping immigration reforms, deeply concerned that new visa and immigration curbs are going to choke off the massive flow of Indian tech workers, researchers, and businessmen into the United States. India's Foreign Minister, Subramanyam Jaishankar, did not hold back. He directly confronted Rubio, stressing that while India is fully on board with cracking down on illegal and irregular migration, legitimate legal mobility should not become collateral damage. He reminded the U.S. delegation that this visa pipeline is the absolute backbone of the massive technology and research cooperation between the two nations, not to mention the fact that Indian companies have poured over $20 billion into the U.S. economy. But Rubio, the son of Cuban immigrants himself, did not blink. He looked the Indian delegation in the eye and defended the Trump administration's America First agenda. Rubio made it clear that while the U.S. deeply values India as a vital ally and trade partner, every single nation has a fundamental duty to design its immigration policies around its own national interests. He admitted that the changes might feel like they are disproportionately hitting India, given how many high-skilled workers India sends to America, but he insisted this is not a targeted attack on New Delhi. Instead, Rubio explained that the United States is currently undertaking a massive, long-overdue modernization of its global immigration system. This overhaul is being applied globally across the board, not just to India. He pointed to the massive border crisis over the last few years, noting that over 20 million people entered the United States illegally. Even though India didn't cause that crisis, Rubio argued that the sheer scale of the chaos forced the administration to completely rewrite the rules of who gets in, how many get in, and when. So, what does this actually mean for the future of U.S. immigration and global business? On one hand, you have a massive push within the Republican Party to protect American workers. Just recently, we've seen lawmakers like Representative Greg Steube introduce legislation to completely eliminate the highly controversial H-1B visa program, which has historically been dominated by Indian tech workers. On the other hand, corporate America is warning that cutting off high-skilled legal immigration could severely damage U.S. competitiveness in artificial intelligence, technology, and advanced research. Rubio is asking for patience. He acknowledged that any major systemic overhaul is bound to create friction points, bottlenecks, and painful periods of transition. But he claims that once the dust settles, this modernized system will actually be more efficient, more sustainable, and ultimately better for skilled innovators from around the world. But it wasn't just visa quotas on the table. Rubio also had to address explosive allegations of rising anti-India racism in the United States. His response was remarkably blunt. He told the Indian press not to listen to stupid people, arguing that every nation on earth has its share of online trolls and ignorant voices. He reiterated that America remains the most welcoming country on earth, pointing out that nearly 1 million people legally become permanent residents every single year. So what do you think about this? Is Trump's America First immigration policy a necessary step to protect American workers and fix a broken system, or is it going to severely damage our tech sector and strain relations with key allies like India? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This is a defining moment for the Trump administration's foreign and domestic policy, proving that no country, no matter how strategic of an ally, is exempt from the America First agenda. We will be watching closely as these massive reforms take shape, and you can bet we'll keep you updated every step of the way. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.